2 more long switchbacks, and then about 18 short ones, and we're there. Where? The summit of Mount Baden-Powell. Welcome to day 35 on the Pacific Crest Trail. In just a couple weeks, I'll be headed for that mountain range in the distance. Well, I've made it to the summit of Mount Baden-Powell. It's technically a blue blaze in the PCT, but just right off the trail. Look at all of this 360 views. Amazing. I just stopped for a little snack break, and I have about 3.5 miles left to get to camp tonight. Sounding like there's a lot of people that are going to camp where I'm planning to camp. It is technically a campground, so that shouldn't be a problem, but I also don't want to get there late, so I'm going to get up for my break and do some more hiking. 3.5 more miles. This is where I'm gonna get water, is Little Jimmy Springs. It's only about 1/10 of a mile from camp, but it looks like it's right down there. Good morning. I am hiking away from camp right now. The goal today is to do 17 miles, and I should pass mile 400. Today will present some interesting challenges, including a road walk where the trail is closed, potentially another road walk where the trail is not technically closed, but severely damaged. And since the highway is closer to motor vehicle traffic anyway, some people are advising to actually just continue the road walk. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then the infamous poodle dog bush should make an appearance at some point. From my understanding, this is a preview of things to come when I say the trail is washed out ahead. Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty easy way to navigate around this one. You gotta climb up that other side though. Some people go up right there, I guess. Which one looks better? I guess the one on the right. After initially trying the one on the right, it just feels too loose and too exposed. Quite dangerous. If I were to slip, there's nothing that would break my fall, except it would break my body. So I'm doing the one on the left, which is quite steep. So I've taken my pack off so I can get up this. Nothing to grab onto. I do believe that this is the poodle dog bush right here. It's not flowering right now, but it's starting to. This stuff loves to grow in areas that were previously burned, which we can see this was, and it has a toxic reaction to human skin, like poison oak or poison ivy, but I think it can produce like boils. It's not pleasant, so don't touch it. Well, this is the area that the trail is closed. It has been closed for many years. And it is to protect the mountain yellow-legged frog, an endangered species. So I've gotten to the area where the road walk is required for the next 4 miles for the mountain yellow-legged frog, an endangered species. So yeah, 4 miles of road walk. I have read reports in Far Out that because of this burn area and there was a big rain event, I guess, that happened in February that caused a lot of flooding, which is why Angela's Crest Highway is closed. And it's Saturday, so there's no road work going on. Okay. Anyway, because the trail is so damaged there, I might be tempted to walk the road even more today than what is mandatory. We'll see how the road walking is feeling, but I have an idea that it'll feel really good to just be on like a flat, stable surface and just be able to get some miles in. So people might feel differently about that. Like, I'm not hiking the entire PCT, whatever. I'm taking a Blue Blaze, but I haven't completely decided yet. I still have to see how the road is feeling. I am taking apart my trekking poles and put them on my pack because I don't need them on the road. There's no cloud inversion today, so you can see the greater Los Angeles area down there. So on the last episode, you may remember that I got caught in that very cold storm at high elevation. And I just wanted to follow up and say that quite a few people that I've been hiking in proximity of were concerned for me, and they were asking others like if they had seen me, because most people, I think everyone except me, when the weather got really foul, they took off running down to Wrightwood. And the thing is, like, because of my ankle, I can't run downhill, and I don't even walk downhill particularly fast. So I knew I needed to shelter in place. But I just, whenever anyone asked, I told them, oh, I had to camp up on the ridge because I was too cold. I had to set up camp in the 3 o'clock hour. And they were like, that was you? Were you okay? We were worried about that person too. Like, I was okay. It was cold, but it was the best choice for me. And I even talked to somebody else who had made it to the campground that I had been headed for that day. And he couldn't set up his tent because it was too windy, and he has a non-freestanding tent. And that's the thing, like, my tent is heavier than some of these ultralight ones, but it is freestanding. And that's something I like about having a freestanding tent, is like, I can always get my tent up. If I can't stake it in, if it's really windy, whatever, like, I can always get my tent up, which is important because that's my shelter for conditions like what I'm explaining, where your life may depend on it. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that. And it's nice to know that even though I'm not hiking with anyone right now, people are thinking of me and aware of, like, my whereabouts. This is the first signs of damage to the road that I've really seen. Not too terrible, but I'm not an engineer, so I don't know. Stopped for a little lunch break with another hiker named Flats. I left lunch a little earlier than him, but he'll surely catch me. Seeing definitely some of the road damage now. We decided to continue on the road walk until mile 398 because of the damage to the trail. So yeah, just walking the road. There's a little ski lift right here. Huh. Alright, should be getting back on trail around here somewhere. I think I see it coming down over there, but I'll grab it, I guess, on that side of the road. 400 miles! Woo! Ooh, I gotta squeeze past this poodle dog bush. Oh my. Nope, not about it. Well, this is where I was planning on staying for the night, somewhere around here. Not in that building, but camping here. However, it's only a little after 1 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna keep pushing. I've talked to some other people. They're gonna camp about 6 miles from here, so I think I'm gonna do that as well. Be nice to have some company. So onward. Yes, this is the trail. Okay. This is camp for the night. I haven't set up my tent yet. But the guys just went to go get more water, so I thought I'd take a little video now. Pretty peaceful. I wonder what they're trying to trap. It's a pretty big trap over there. Mountain lion? All right, lunch spot. Early lunch, first lunch. I just took lunch at the Mill Creek Fire Station and crossed the highway, headed back out on trail, and I'm at about mile 419, and the goal for tonight for camp is 4:30. That'll put me at a 21.5 mile day. So yeah, gonna get to hiking. Seven miles to go to get to camp. The water source is in like 2.5. I'm sitting here drinking some electrolytes, and then on my hose on my backpack down here, I just have regular water, so that's what I sip on, but I just wanted to drink this. This wasn't completely full. It was like 750 milliliters. But I'm sweating a lot, so wanted to get some hydration in, and then probably hike continuously until that water source, and then from the water source I have 5 miles, so I guess the water source might be in 2 miles. Pretty good. Should be like a little under an hour. It's cool now that I'm looking out to the north on some of these viewpoints. I can start seeing the desert that I'm going to be crossing through in the coming week. Yeah, it's gonna get really hot. It already feels hot here now, and it's only in the 70s, and it's gonna be, I think, in the 90s over there. So I might have some night hiking in my future, but that's not a problem for today. That's the future me problem. Camp is in about 4.5 miles, and this stream here is the last water source before camp. It is a dry camp tonight, so I need to carry for the hike to camp the water I need at camp, and then the water I need to get to the next water source tomorrow morning. Now, from where I'm camping tonight, the next water source is only 1.5 miles, and I checked the comments on the Far Out Navigation app, and there are recent comments confirming that there is cold flowing water there. So based on my calculations, I think I'm going to carry 3.5 liters of water up this last climb, up 4.5 miles to camp. Fun. Okay, Last 2 miles of the climb, 1,000 feet of elevation gain. Gotta just push, push, push. The longer I take doing this, the longer it takes till I get to camp. I hit the summit. So now it's about a mile to camp, I think. Over this way you can actually see Los Angeles. Crazy. Good morning. I'm feeling surprisingly well today, considering yesterday was my biggest day on trail yet. It is 6:30 a.m. and I'm leaving camp. I know I'm going to do 14 miles today to get to mile 444. I have a friend that I believe is coming out to meet me. So that's kind of like our rendezvous point. And that'll get me into the outskirts of the town of Acton, although I don't think I'm going into the town of Acton. So we'll see how the day plays out, but just hitting the trail early, trying to get some miles in. This is pretty typical. Lots and lots of overgrowth. It is mentally and physically draining. There's so much overgrowth. Over there is a ranger station where they apparently provide some water. So I'm going to check it out. Hopefully there's some water there and I will camel up a bit. Okay. Yay, there's water. Nice. I'm just going to grab a liter since it looks like there's not so much water right now. Thank you to the ranger that supplies the water for hikers. It really does help. I'm going to sit here, hydrate, take my shoes off, let my feet air out a bit, and then I have 8 more miles. So the trail came down up over here and then went over there to the ranger station. And now it's just been following these ridges along, totally exposed, no shade, and it's hot. Every now and then the breeze will pick up and that feels pretty good. But other than that, it is feeling pretty hot. Whew. My friend Mary and Trail Angel, she's also a Trail Angel. She helps with the Swathart Canyon Cache over by the McDonald's Day. Anyway, she's reached out to me yesterday and she's coming down to a trailhead coming up. She has 60 gallons of water with her and I could cry. I'm so happy because that last water source was kind of a bust. I was able to get 1.5 liters because I kind of had to. But try to sit in the shade a little while, biting ants, biting flies. I just feel really worn out. And all I can think of climbing this last hill here in the heat is a lot of hikers will crave town meals, pizza, cheeseburgers, etc. And listen, I'm not going to turn down a cold beverage, but what I really want is a shower and a bed with crisp, clean sheets in a cold, dark room. Look at this amazing Trail Magic pizza, Gatorade, goodies. More goodies, first aid, cool beverages.
There's one
Hot dogs. There's my friend Mary. Charging station, hand washing station. Amazing. I am back on trail after spending 4 hours at the Trail Magic. I shut them down. But my friend Mary reached out to me, Solo Not Solo, it's her trail name, and that was yesterday. We kind of coordinated this bit of Trail Magic, and then there were 2 other trail angels there, and it exceeded my expectations in a way I can't even tell you, but I feel so nourished, mind, body, and soul, and I think I really needed that. So I'm getting a few more miles in tonight since it has cooled off. Turns out it was 86 degrees earlier today, so it was actually quite hot. And yeah, I'm gonna get a few more miles in because tomorrow is promising to be quite hot as well, but I'm headed from here 10 miles to where I will take a Nero or a Zero at a campground called Serenity Oasis, and I have a resupply box being mailed there. So I want to get in there kind of early tomorrow. They have showers, laundry, charging, Wi-Fi, all that stuff. So yeah, just gonna try to get a few miles in tonight so I'm even closer for tomorrow. Apparently I have to cross the stream here. This one looks like my best bet. Keep my feet dry. Gotta cross the train tracks again. This is the third. Ooh, I hear a train. Okay, I'm gonna stay down here. All right, the train has got to be pretty far away. So there we go. That's all we needed. This is significant because this is the completion monument for the Pacific Crest Trail. This is where the trail was completed in 1993, June 5th, 1993. Incredible. Mileage was a little bit different then. 2,638. Now I believe it's roughly 2,650. Pretty substantial little climb there down from, I was just kind of like right next to that RV park. So glad I did it when it cooled off, and I'm glad I had renewed energy after that Trail Magic to come out and get this done instead of trying to do it tomorrow and trying to beat the heat. It's nice to just get the miles in the evening. And it's beautiful with the low light. I am in the high desert now, baby. Found a great little camp. Kind of funny, this is my haul of chips from my friend at Trail Magic. And sunrise. It is 5:45 and time to get ready to start hiking. Down below is Highway 14, and I'm gonna go under that in a tunnel, and apparently afterwards there's something really cool which we can get a sneak preview of right there. So 3 miles to go to get to that. After passing through the tunnel, hikers approach an area called Vasquez Rocks, which for decades has served as a backdrop for Hollywood movies, television, print advertising, as well as animation. You may recognize some of these formations from the TV series Star Trek or from the movie Planet of the Apes. Coming into the town of Agua Dulce, and I'm gonna take a 0. I'm gonna leave you here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for being here. Take care. Bye.